Michael with United Veterans Worldwide, excited today to meet with Wazhma one more time and really discuss some additional stories that she wanted to share that are meaningful for this global audience to hear from the Afghan point of view, as we talked previously about immigration and resettlement and getting fit into communities. And I want to invite Wazhma to share a little bit more with us.
My name is Wazhma Sadaat, and I'm Director of Immigrants for Immigrants Association, Head of Researching, Reporting, and Reinforcing for the Across the Borderline Radio Soap Opera, and an advocate for immigrants and a dedicated activist for Afghan women's rights.
Yeah, beautiful. And your experience is so important. Would you mind sharing with me a few more of your experiences that you've had in this role as the director?
My background is in radio journalism, and I have over 25 years of experience working in the media industry in Afghanistan. Before my most recent role as the spokesperson for the Ministry of Women's Affairs of Afghanistan in 2014, I served as a media commissioner for the Independent Election Commission of Afghanistan, and also I worked for many years with the BBC educational programs for Afghanistan. In addition, I collaborate with Pact Radio, where I worked as a radio reporter, master trainer, and with several other media outlets like Internews, Radio Khalid, Nai in Afghanistan. When I left Afghanistan in 2014, so I came to Canada with my two children, and just 1 month after arriving, my third son was born here in Canada, and like many newcomers, I faced with challenges such as the language barrier, adjusting to a new culture, and understanding different systems. It was also hard to find stable work and get the support I needed, especially without many connections in a new country. With these struggles, I stayed. With these struggles, I stayed strong for my family and kept working to help Afghan women and immigrants in Calgary. In 2021, I started working with the Calgary Catholic Immigration Society to help Afghan newcomers and Afghan community. When the Taliban took over Afghanistan again, many Afghans fled to Canada for safety, and they were placed in the hotels served for them. But their situation was very difficult, and I worked for them from that time in Canada. I started working for them from that time. And in 2022, I registered Calgary Immigrants for Immigrants Association. And as a director, I started my working with that organization.
Yeah, very good. The stories behind all of this work, I'm sure, is different for each person. Each person's had their own story coming from Afghanistan and coming here, and other people coming from other countries, Africa as an example, and coming to you as well in Calgary. And having lived in Calgary previously, I know that Calgary has a large population of immigrants, but they don't always live in the best conditions, because resettling into another country and culture can be very challenging.
That's right. Many Afghan families also faced with challenges. So when they arrived, they feel when they arrived feeling very tired and sad because they come from a war country in a very different situation, like in the crowd of the airport that we had that time, and also stayed in another country for many months. And after that, when they arrived to Canada, even even some families arrived after 1 year. After 1 year, they arrived to their destination. So it was very tired for them, and they had a long and hard journey. Because leaving behind their homes, their families, and everything that they knew there. Most of them left in a hurry and bringing only a few things with them. So some had seen violence, lost loved ones, or spent days in crowded, like I said, crowded in airport or other camps before coming to Canada. So when they came in the hotels that was rented by Calgary Catholic Immigration Society for them, so they faced many challenges. They did not know when I reached out to them and talked with them. So they did not know the language, and everything felt new for them. So many felt alone and confused about how to start new life in Canada, in a country that they know anything about that. So parents worried about their children's education, and others were scared about finding a home, learning new language, adopting new culture, a job, and much more. So many were also struggling with stress and sadness because of what they had been through. So when they are coming at first, so they are facing with a lot of challenges, and they need really for like support.
Yeah, much of what they go through causes trauma to the heart, trauma to the mind, and trauma is not easy to get rid of. And if we hold the trauma, then it comes out in emotion, it comes out in anger. And so do these immigrants that come, do they get some help in dealing with that trauma?
That time when they are coming, so I have some programs for them. I started a women gathering program to help Afghan newcomers, women with their mental health, and to create a space where they could meet and support each other. So I have some programs for them. So sometimes I invite them to. I invite all Afghan immigrants women for drinking tea or just for a potluck. So these gathering become a safe and comforting space or place where they could share their feeling, experience, and struggles. During our conversation, we are discussing important topics about life in Canada, including how the system works, finding housing, healthcare, education, employment, and other important topics. So we are talking about the topics in their own language and in the way that make it easier for them to understand. So many of these women felt isolated and overwhelmed changes in their lives. But through these meetings and programs, they found comfort in knowing they were not alone, and they are. This is not they are not alone in this way, and there is a lot of people who are facing with these challenges, and they are overcome with that.
That's incredible. Your English is so good.
Thank you so much.
And for me as an American to learn Pashto or Dari is so difficult. Is English hard for someone from Afghanistan to learn?
Yes, it's very difficult. It's very difficult because especially women, most of our women are uneducated in their own language as well. So it's very difficult for them when they are going to link classes or for learning English, the basic English language. So even they cannot write and noted the words that to write their meaning in their own language. So it's very difficult for them to start from zero, especially the language. Language is very difficult for people, especially for seniors or for people who are for adults, I mean. So it's difficult for them. They face with challenges, and they really face with learning language here as well.
Yeah.
That's why I start some English classes for them. So at first for their connection or for having connection with them or to keep them connected and continue offering support for them, I create WhatsApp groups where they could ask questions, share information, and help each other. And these groups become a strong support network, allowing women to stay in touch. Finding resources and encourage one another. So through these WhatsApp groups, sometimes we can share the words, English words that's very important for them. So they learn how to, because sometimes we are leaving a voice message. Or maybe sometime when I'm writing some thing for them, so I leave my voice as well, because some people who doesn't know how to read, so they can learn in this way as well.
Yeah, you leave voice messages.
Voice messages.
Yeah, because that's the way they can understand it in their own language without having to know how to write and read.
Yeah.
So, when I was young, we had immigrants that came from war-torn countries in Ukraine and other locations, and those kids came and they didn't speak English. And their parents didn't speak English, and they came to my school, and the parents had a hard time learning English, but the kids learned it very quickly. And
very good.
And so that's the message that we have to share, is that while it may be difficult for you adults to learn the language, the hope is in the next generation that's here in a country that's safe to learn this language and assimilate even better.
Yeah, for the kids, it's very easy. Like my second son, so when I came, he was 4 years old. And in 6 months, he learned how to speak, and he could completely communicate with others.
Yeah.
But it was very difficult for me. It was very difficult for me, even when he used some words in English and asked me. So I didn't know that what he wants. So yeah, kids are learning very fast, but learning English is for adults is very difficult. because that's why I set up basic English and computer classes to help them learn important skills and guided them to on how to settle and adjust to life in Canada. So it was like classes that their teachers and instructors was from our own community, and they could speak their own language. And if they had some questions, so very easily they could ask from their teacher in their own language, and they could like explain for them very easily and in the way that they understand the meaning of words and sentences. Mm-hmm. So it helped them a lot, and it was also helped them learn other helpful skills like using smartphones, email, and online services as well. And I showed them how to book doctor appointment and search for job online, how to book a taxi for themselves, and like basic things, but very important things. And also I taught them how to use Google Maps. We are not using Google Map in our country. Yeah. It's very new for our people. So I taught them how to use Google Map to find their way around the city. And since many newcomers had travel using public transport or finding places, I showed them how to look up locations, plan routes, and find different ways to travel. Mm-hmm. And also in these classes, through our WhatsApp groups. So I share the driving guidebook in Farsi and in Farsi language, and I shared online practice materials with Afghan newcomers to help them prepare for their driving test, for their knowledge test. So many of them had never taken a computerized test. So I helped them understand how to study and practice it.
Very good. I didn't know that Farsi was spoken in Afghanistan.
No, our language is Dari, but because we don't have any Dari guidebook in Dari language, driving guidebook in Dari language and Pashto language, so that's why we used Farsi guidebooks, and the words that needed some changes, I always changed that and shared that with them.
Is the language pretty close? Are there similarities?
It's close. Yeah, Farsi and Dari is close, but it's not the same.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Farsi is the language of Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, Farsi is Iran, but Dari and Pashto is from Afghanistan, the language from Afghanistan.
Yeah. It is such a good news for me to hear that you are there and helping your fellow Afghans receive the education, receive the training. All of that new technology must be surprising for them. To say how do these maps work, or does it really show me how to get to one place to another? It's all new.
It's all new, and especially with digital frauds. So they were they didn't know about these things. So first of all, I aware them about the frauds, that they are getting messages, they will get emails, they will receive some text messages, and there will be some links, and they should not open these links. So because some Afghans who came here, so they faced with a lot of challenges and problems with opening links, and they didn't know that with opening links directly, their bank account is opening and all money is stolen from them. So Yeah, it was some difficulties with them, and after that we cannot find the person who took their money. So it was, some Afghan faced with these problems as well, and it was very difficult for them to suffer. So that's why in these English classes, it was not just English classes. So in general, it was awareness classes. So they aware from everything, every challenges, every about the system, about the every challenges that they are facing, and what's the way to solve these problems, and what resources we have here in Canada. So it was more about these topics, but during learning, during awareing about these topics, and awareing about resources, knowing about resources, they learned English as well.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, there are evil people everywhere that will try to take advantage of somebody and steal. And so, yeah, those digital threats are can be very harmful.
Yeah, that's why. So after some time, beside English classes, I start program in Dari and Pashto language on a Red FM radio station as well. It's a local radio station for Calgary. So I start a program for them. And this program helped them to educate us about these things as well. So the program shared useful information for them, talk about the challenges Afghan newcomers faced. So, and provided some supports for them, and we talked about resources here in Canada, and also especially in Calgary. So, and discussed topics like immigration, settling into Canada, learning English language, and finding local services. So we have this program still in Red FM, and the goal of the program is to reach out many Afghans as possible, especially those who might not have access to other help. So it's a way to keep the Afghan community informed, answer their questions, and share stories that can inspire them. So by broadcasting in Dari and Pashto, I make sure more Afghans can understand and get the support that they need.
Yeah, good. You mentioned that you came to Calgary with two children, and then had another child soon after. Did you come here with any other family? Did you have a husband that was left in Afghanistan, or?
My husband was in Afghanistan that time. I come alone with my two kids. And my husband came to Canada after 4 years. I got my PR permanent resident card, and in 2019, I think in 2019, I went and visit my husband after 4 or 5 years. I went to Afghanistan. I went back to Afghanistan and visit my husband. And my youngest son was about 4 or 5 years old when he saw his father for the first time. So when he hugged his father for the first time.
Wow.
So after he was 4 or 5 years old. And my husband, I applied for my husband's visa. So he got his visa after in 2020, 5 years before.
So is he with you in Calgary now?
And now he is with me in Calgary, yeah.
Does he also work in media?
Yes, this program that we are working in Red FM, we are working together. And he is speaking in Pashto language, and I'm speaking in Dari language. to serve both communities and both languages. And he's working with newcomers as well, for newcomers as well. And he is here with me.
Great.
And we both serve Afghan community.
Very good. Very good. As we get close to the end of this interview today, do you have any other stories or things that you'd like to talk about today?
I want to talk about my new project. That's about a radio soap opera.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was when I was talking with Afghan community, so they are sharing their stories and struggles with me, and hearing the stories of Afghan immigrants and their struggles made me think about creating a radio drama about Afghan migration. So recently, me and my colleagues from Afghanistan started working on a new radio drama and called Across the Borderline. So this show tells real stories of Afghan migrants and the challenges they face on their journey. So the drama will show why Afghans leave their country, whether through legal or illegal ways. And it will talk about the danger of illegal migration, including human trafficking, losing money to smugglers, life-threatening journeys, and the deep pain of leaving family behind. Mm. So many Afghans are faced to make hard choice, leaving their loved ones, facing separation and feeling guilt and sadness for being far from home. So that's why we thought about this radio soap opera. And the drama also will show the drama also, but the challenges it shows that the challenges are not finishing there, and when they arrive in their dream countries, so they still face with challenges. So many immigrants come with big hopes and dreams, like imagining a life full of opportunities, safety, and success. So, however, when they arrive to their dream countries, so they realize that it's different from their thoughts and their imaginations. So what challenges they face in other country, we will show these topics as well, these stories as well in our drama, and the difficulties that they are leaving their home, their families. So everything like including language barriers, finding job, culture differences, loneliness, financial difficulties, and the emotional toll of being far from family.
Yeah.
So we will show all of these things, and when they are arriving to other country, when they isolated and misunderstood. So with having many of them, like they may have high qualification, but struggles to find job here.
Yeah.
Because they don't have job experience from this country. That's why they cannot find job. And these all topics are in our radio drama. And
the same is true for education. The education you get there may not transfer to the education you get here. And that's hard because you're skilled, but this workforce won't let you take it.
It's not working here.
No.
So it's across the border line is more than just a drama. It's a guide for Afghan newcomers true stories. We share. It's a guide for Afghan newcomers, and through stories we share useful information in a simple and easy way to people. The show will cover important topics like immigration rules, refugee rights, housing, healthcare, finding job, like I said before, workplace culture, mental health, and raising children in a new country and new environment, new culture. So everything is included in this drama series. But telling real stories, by telling real stories across the borderline will help Afghan immigrants learn, connect, and adjust to their new life in other countries, and also choose a safe migration routes, safe routes for their migration.
I was just thinking about this, the global audience that's listening today. And do you have any words in Dari that you'd like to share?
In Dari? از همه دوستا کسایی که میتونن ما را کمک شون تا بتونیم درامی خود بس قسم زنده پیش کنیم به همه شنونده ها و افغان هایی که پلان مهاجر شدن را دارن و یک مهاجرت سیبه برشون بتونن انتخاب کنن. پس ما را کمک کنن تا درامی خود به شکل زنده بتونیم به همه تقدیم کنیم و به طور زنده بسازیم. I said that I want help for just bringing this drama alive and helping us to make this drama, and because we many time try to get funding for this drama to start working on this project, and we couldn't get funding. Unfortunately, no one is getting funding for Afghans now, especially for Afghan programs. So it's the big challenge and problem for us. That's why I thought that I should find a way that how I can do it by myself. How can I start it by myself without helping some others funding? But I think it's more than a drama. It saves millions lives, and it will make millions Afghans to choose right routes for their migration. And if everyone who help us to bring it in real and to make it and to start this project, so it will a big help with Afghans.
Yeah, I believe it. And I'm just thinking how you can utilize social media to help tell these stories, but it won't necessarily get to people in Afghanistan because they don't have YouTube or they don't have Instagram. So sometimes radio is the only way to really connect back home.
Actually, we have a radio station there by the Pact Radio. And Pact Radio would broadcast this radio drama. And we will have some social media platforms for this drama as well. But beside social media platforms, we will broadcasting this radio drama by radio drama through radio stations as well. And we were we are not sure that Taliban will allow us or not to broadcast this drama in Afghanistan, but Nowadays in Afghanistan, some people have the people have a Wi-Fi there, so maybe most of people can can see our drama or watch our drama through social media as well.
What social media will work?
Mostly we have planned to share it in Facebook and YouTube in these two platforms. But after getting funding, we will decide that how much we can do that.
Yeah.
And from which platforms and which ways we can broadcast it.
Yeah, very good.
But mostly it will be shared by YouTube and Facebook.
Well, I hope that you'll be able to get the funding you need to produce this program, because I believe it will change people's lives and make it safer for them to immigrate to places of safety and also to assimilate back into the cultures where they're living, so they become part of a community.
Thank you so much.
Wazhma, it's so great to see you again and to have this conversation. Any last words before we close?
Thank you so much, Michael, for the time that you're giving us to share our ideas, share my ideas, and also about share my work and my new project. And I hope I could start my new project. And thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's so great to see you, and I hope that we'll be able to have more interactions in the future, and I hope that I can tune in and hear your broadcast at some point and help support. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.